Hey, how you doing? Pete here from Decent Reviews. Last couple of weeks I've been talking a lot about email marketing and also just general sort of Web2 marketing that needs to be adopted by Web3. Recently been speaking to a lot of agency owners as well in the space, marketing agencies, and the vast majority, in fact, almost unanimous, a lot of them are saying, people are now realizing that for long-term gains, Web2 approaches of like SEO, email marketing, Google ads, Facebook ads, all of these kind of things are kind of necessary for the health and longevity of your brand. So I'm going to be doing little deep dives into different elements as we continue to go on, and like how to get the most out of them so that your project does well. And today I wanted to talk specifically about onboarding sequences. Now, I'll do a very quick intro on what it is, the benefits and why you should do it, but then we'll run through a quick process to get the most out of your onboarding sequences. I've been relying on email marketing for myself and for clients for the last 10, 12 years. And this is one of the key things to really help a project grow. So an onboarding sequence is not a welcome sequence. Welcome sequence, somebody signs up maybe for a newsletter or something, and the welcome sequence introduces them to your brand and sort of tells the story and all of this sort of stuff. The onboarding sequence is specific to projects where there's some sort of, app functionality, if you like. And an onboarding sequence, in my mind, is to get people from knowing about you to using your product, like as in setting up those key features, actioning them, all of that sort of stuff so that they can get the best results from it. The reason that you need one of these onboarding sequences is it can be quite confusing when you sign up for a new product. If whether it's an app, whether it's a service, whatever, it's very difficult to then know where to go within that dashboard to action the things that are going to help you the most. And it's even more difficult with Web3 because a lot of brands, all that they take is a wallet sync and then push people towards like a Discord. And then once they're verified in Discord, they get a single page, which is like, oh, here's how to get the most out of the app. Action 1, 2, 3. And, it's kind of like, oh, well, shit, hold on. Especially if there's multiple steps or multiple different features that you want to highlight, when it's all just put on a single page, it's a bit overwhelming. So an onboarding sequence will basically lead somebody by the hand through these and step by step help them action the key elements of your app so that they get the best return on investment. The benefits being you have increased engagement within your projects, you have happier customers, which leads to longer lifetime value, leads to better referrals from them because they're like, oh my god, you got to check out this thing. All of that sort of stuff. Onboarding sequences, super valuable. And there is a basic this is the process that I kind of generally run through, but let's go through it. And I'll link to this article as well down below. And I'll also link to the consultations where, if you're thinking about how you could implement with this, you can book a little call with me and we'll go through it. So a lot of brands make a huge mistake when they're doing their onboarding sequences. They make an assumption about what it is that people should action. And that often leads to alienating large portions of your audience because even if you have one specific use case and you attract very similar audiences, not everybody needs the exact same thing, the exact same feature. So what I tend to do, and this is what I've done with a lot of software companies, and we found that this is the best way to increase lifetime value and to reduce churn, is you have to identify like the highest ROI feature, as I like to call it. So generally what you do is you look at, you segment your audience based on those sort of power users who are your best users. You want to attract more of those sort of people. And then you look at how they use the project. And you can do this either through, detailed analytics tools, or you can jump on calls with a lot of them. That's a really great way to do this, calls. But you really want to find that those things that they're like, this is the one thing that I just cannot live without. It provides the best value. Once you've found what a lot of people tend to really love about your project, that's what you want to kind of be promoting to new users. That's where you want to go, hey, this is the thing people love. This is how you get it going. Reason being, if it's the highest ROI feature for your users, they're more likely to stick with you. So first of all, you've got to identify that. Like I said, you want to figure out how that is, what that is. Get them on the phone. You can use an analytics tool. Once you know what it is, kind of work backwards and work out those key steps that a brand new user would have to take to get from not knowing anything to getting it up, running and providing them with a result. Once you've got that, you build it out as a simple to follow directions and assign them to a message. So, step 1, go here, step 2, click this, step 3, sync that, step 4, publish, milestone 1 reached. And you want to break it down into big milestones, because if, they've got to action A, and then A leads to B, but they have to get B working before they can action C, which is the big value thing. It's a lot to do in one step. So you want to break that down into easily manageable milestones, and then lead people through to each milestone. Once they've completed the milestone, that's when they get the next email, which says, now get all of this sort of stuff. Because if you just put it all on the page and, you send it all out in one email, it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be a wall of text. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this? Once you've figured out all of those things, you write those emails, you figure out the sending cadence, the triggers, all of that sort of stuff, and then you run it. Run it, get people through, get feedback on it, test it, see where you've got the drop-offs and all of this. Identify where those biggest drop-off points are. Go and do, at the very least, a heuristic analysis and just figure out, why would people be dropping off here? Or maybe that's not clear, maybe this is wrong, maybe we should be doing this instead. Once you've done that, just kind of simplify that whole thing, make it a lot cleaner, a lot more direct. Once you're happy with the way that it's running, rinse and repeat. And by rinse and repeat, what I mean is you're going to have different cohorts within that have different needs, different desires, different highest return on investment features that they prefer. So once you've got this working with one of those segments, you want to go back and you want to figure out what the next highest return on investment feature is for the next segment, build it out for them, and then go through this whole process again, and then again and again. And what you'll end up with is different email sequences that are basically helping people get the maximum value out of your project, which means they're more likely to stick around, they're more likely to pay you more money, they're more likely to tell their friends. It's just helping people understand their value and get the value with the least amount of effort. So that's like a very simple, quick and dirty guide to it. If you want to talk about this, decentreviews.co/consult, and you'll come through to this page here where you can book a call with me. I'll link to this guide as well, which goes through in detail. So, we've got some different packages here. And also, if you just want to have a quick chat, there's a 20-minute assessment call for free. Otherwise, good luck with it all. And I'll speak to you in the next one.